Hello everybody, it's Numerologist Michelle Buchanan with your numerology forecast for July 2022. How are you doing out there? Are you holding out okay? I hope life has been treating you well. So, let's begin by calculating your personal year number for the year. We do this by adding the day and month of your birth date to number 6. Why number 6? Because 2022 adds up to 6. So we're going to add the day and month of your birthday to number 6, and then keep adding together any double-digit numbers you end up with until you get a single number between 1 and 9. And that single number between 1 and 9 is your personal year number for the whole year. Let's use the example 28th of March. We go 2 plus 8 plus 3 for March plus 6. That adds up to 19. Keep adding any double-digit numbers together until you get a single number between 1 and 9. With 19, 1 plus 9 equals 10. Now we need a single-digit number, so we're going to keep adding double numbers together until we get that single number between 1 and 9. So with 10, we go 1 plus 0 equals 1. All right, so the 28th of March, 2 plus 8 plus 3 plus 6 is 19. 1 plus 9 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. Alright, add the day and month of your birth date to number 6. Add any double numbers together until you finally get a single number between 1 and 9, and that is your personal year number for the whole year. So let me get started with the forecasts, starting with personal year number 1. You guys are in a 1 year of new beginnings and a whole fresh start. For some of you, that will be very obvious in the physical world around you. You may have a new gateway open up, new opportunities, new ideas, new outlook on life. You might have new changes in your life, new opportunities for different types of work or different ways you express yourself, or new friendships, or new interests and hobbies. Some people, like myself, for example, can be moving home, moving out of a city, changing your lifestyle completely. Other people, it might not be so obvious. There can be a series of smaller new opportunities and new beginnings throughout the year, scattered as you go along. Other people, there can be some big new beginnings and opportunities. It all depends on what's brewing beneath the surface and what you've got in your vibration and in your experience to begin with, and what you're here to work through as to how it will appear. But for everybody, it's about having this mindset of, what do I want to, who do I want to be? How do I want my life to look moving forward? What's important to me? What really matters? What do I not want to carry around with me any longer? And start working through that. It's about being bold, making big moves, being courageous, not being afraid to take action, and being proactive. Now, for the month of July, this is a month where you really do need to be strong and courageous within yourself. This is a combination of numbers where it's about you stepping up and being empowered. All right, it's about feeling confident in yourself, being confident and in your confident in yourself, but confident in the decisions that you make. Confident in your own ability to be self-sufficient. Confident in your ability to look after yourself. Confident in your ability to be able to make the decisions that need to be made and to stand by them. All right, it's about you learning what causes you to feel disempowered, to recognize what your fears are, to not let them overwhelm you, to not let them sort of disempower you enough that you don't take action, to confront your fears so that you're aware of what they are. You can bring them out into the open and therefore disintegrate their power that they have over you. It's that type of energy. It's really about that stepping into that empowered sort of goddess, divine sort of strength and inner strength, and your relationship with yourself, which really is an extension of your relationship with source energy and your relationship with the world and the universe around you. And it's about you being an individual, walking a path less traveled, marching to the beat of your own drum, but knowing that you are part of the oneness, and you are, but you're also working with that, and you are confident in your ability to work with that, if you like. It's almost like being confident in your ability to work with the system and to not be too afraid and not feel disconnected from the whole. It's a time to manage your finances, to not overspend, to not overcommit yourself financially. You might be looking at new opportunities for work, might be looking at new ways you can attract more abundance in your life. It is a time where you really do need to focus on law of attraction and manifestation, and understanding that your thoughts do become things, and that what you believe to be will be, and really taking responsibility for how you project yourself out there, and what you choose to believe about yourself, about life, and to really see the glass half full, to have more of an optimistic mindset, to understand that the law of attraction is one of the many universal laws that govern this world, and the law of vibration is your own frequency, and putting yourself in alignment with life and raising your vibration so that you can be more in synchronicity and have more flow and be in the right place at the right time, find creative solutions to problems more easily and effortlessly when you have a higher vibration. So it's about understanding universal laws such as the law of manifestation, the law of vibration, the law of attraction, and taking responsibility for that, working within those paradigms, working with those laws and using them to your advantage. Doing more of what feels good, but more importantly, recognizing what takes you out of alignment, what lowers your vibration, what do you need to work on within yourself, what perceptions do you need to change so that you can feel more happy, complete, and content, and more trusting, and more hopeful, and more trusting of yourself and trusting of life, that everything will work out and there's no challenge that you cannot handle. So this is a really powerful combination of numbers, where you need to walk through that door and be a big brave soldier. You have got what it takes to get through, and you really need to claim that, and you really need to work that. All right, so be empowered. That's your message for this month of July. Next, let's move on now to personal year number 2. You guys are in a year where, it's a bit of an unusual year. It's a year where you are recalibrating. You are creating a sense of balance and stability from within yourself. Okay, so it doesn't even really matter what's going on around you. This is a year that is designed for you to try and get yourself in order, for you to balance yourself so that you're standing on stable ground emotionally. All right, so on an emotional level, you may find that you may be triggered emotionally. You may feel more sensitive than normal as you go through this year. Each month will be different. Each person's life is different. You can have 2 people in a 2-year and they'll have completely different life experiences and completely different emotional experiences. It all depends on what you have to work on within yourself in this journey of life that you are in right now, what your stuff is. This too will trigger emotions that need to be addressed, need to be recognized, expressed, acknowledged, and released. So that you can be emotionally stable. It's about being stable in a physical way. So, what do you need to work on to create a more stable physical environment around you? Do you need to look after your health more? Do you need to be more nurturing and loving of yourself? Do you need to let go of past angers and frustrations that are taking a toll on your well-being, your happiness, and your health, for example? Other ways that this can manifest itself in the 2 is about recognizing about the balance between giving and receiving. Are you allowing yourself to receive? Are you asking for too much? Are you expecting more from other people? Are you putting your own needs before others? There are all these themes that can come up, but it is definitely a year for you to nurture yourself, to be kind to yourself, to love yourself, to forgive yourself, to forgive others, to be cooperative, to be understanding, to want to bond and be close to people, to be forgiving, all that sort of thing. Now, this is a month of out with the old to make way for the new. So the month of July is it is a time of endings and transformation, where one door closes, another one opens. So there may be some sort of endings for some people. It could be anything. It could be a friendship that has run its course. It could be the end of a period of time where you have been involved in a project or a hobby or something, and you've just grown out of it, or it's come to the end of the road. It's the end of a cycle so that you can transform into this new way of living and thinking and being based on the new opportunities that come on the other side. So just know, where one door closes, another door is opens. Don't be afraid to make moves that need to be made, and don't hold on to what you know is not right for you because you're thinking, oh, it's better the devil you know, or for the comfort, or because of the familiarity. That is not what you need to do. You need to move forward. You need to let go, accept, let go, move on. Accept, let go, move on. Accept what is, let go so you're not holding on to what was, and move on, move forward, because when you're in that moving forward phase, that's where the opportunities can come. Opportunities can't come when you're stuck holding on and you're not moving and you are crippled or paralyzed and just stuck. It's very difficult. We need we need movement. We need to shift the energy. Even if you're in that mindset and you're in that space in your life, even if you can do a bit of a shake up energetically, go for it, do some jumping around, breathing, get outside, get some fresh air in your lungs, do some power walking, do some cardiovascular activity, that's going to help shift that energy and shake it up a bit. It is a slow moving vibration, and it is a vibration or a time period that is saying, look, accept what's in front of you, deal with it, believe that everything is going to work out, believe that everything is going to be okay, be strong and be hopeful for what the new opportunities bring as a result, because there is a lot of good to come. So I'll leave that with you, and I'll move on now to personal year number 3. You guys are in a year where it's very important that you understand how powerful a creative being you are. The 3 is the number of creativity and expression, and to know that you are every expression, whether it's a word, whether it's a thought, whether it's an emotion that you have, it has a frequency and it has a magnetic vibration to it that will attract sort of people, situations, circumstances into your life that mirror those thoughts, words, perceptions, emotions. So it's about you recognizing that equation, recognizing that's how the universe works, and using that to your advantage, and being on top of your negative thinking or your criticism or your worries and fears. It is a year that requires you to go out of your way to have as much fun as you possibly can. And I know that's not always easy, especially in these current strange days and times for many people. It's a bit hard to just do what makes you feel good, but you almost have to put the cart before the horse. You have to deliberately do things to help yourself feel good so that you can then continue to feel good. It's a matter of being proactive about creating more joy in your life, because the joy and the happiness in doing more of what feels good, and the fact of that you're making an effort to feel good, okay? And it doesn't matter how you feel good, whether it's just a fun conversation on the phone with a friend that cheers you up, that's got a great sense of humor, or whether it's watching some funny Seinfeld episodes, or some old reruns on Netflix of some old comedies, or exercise or dance or yoga, or it doesn't matter, whatever makes you feel good, doing more of it, because that raises your vibration. Happiness and joy is the language of the soul, and when we don't have that, our health can deteriorate. We can not be in the right place at the right time. Things just seem to fall apart. Nothing goes right. Everything feels wrong. It's about seeing the glass half full, being as optimistic as you possibly can, going out of your way to express yourself in a healthy, positive way. It's about saying what you really think and feel, being honest and having honest communication, and going out of your way to feel good. So this is a new beginning for you, the month of July. The month of July is where there is a green light and it's saying there's a door that's open, walk through it. So what do you want to begin? What do you need to create or start or be a part of or revamp or reignite or be a part of in this world, in your life, that is not fully up and running yet, but we've been given a green light to give it a push through to get to the other side for the month of July. And it's about go forward, take action, be proactive, be self-sufficient, be independent, get out there, make it happen. Don't sit around waiting for everyone else to catch up. If there's things that you want to do that need to be done, go ahead and start things. Start the ball rolling. It doesn't matter if it's finished and completed by the end of this month. The main thing is that you start the ball rolling. That's what this is about. So don't sit on the bench. Get out there and get on the field, and get out there and be in the driver's seat of your life and be proactive and take action. I'll leave that with you, and I'll move on now to personal year number 4. You guys are in a year where, hey, there's effort required behind the scenes. effort to get out there and do whatever you need to do to get yourself and your life where you want it or need it to be. So action is required. So some people may need to do more physical action in terms of actually physically getting out there and building up what needs to be built in their life, working on health, working on finances and saving, or looking at ways you can achieve more, accomplish more, save more, build more. It's about building a solid foundation around you, within you, that will help you to get through whatever you've got to get through. And so for some people, again, it can be a financial thing. For some, it's an emotional thing. And for some, it's mental. Some people are like, look, I've got everything I need to get my life where I need it to be, but I'm not actually doing anything about it. I'm just sitting on my butt because I'm just so lazy at the moment. I'm just feeling sort of procrastinating. And some people, it's a mental thing where they're just like, I've got everything in front of me. I know what I need to do, but I just can't get my head in the right space. I'm feeling really negative, or I'm feeling really down, and then that means, that extra effort required is extra effort required to get yourself just in the right mind space, to get yourself feeling, thinking and feeling in a more positive, in a more positive state of mind. So the 4-year is saying, do the work. Don't just sit there and wait for things to come to you. Don't just sit there complaining and wondering why nothing changes. It's about getting out there and you being proactive and you taking the action to get things happening. You putting the effort in, and that's what the 4 is. It's saying put the effort in. Be consistent. Be persistent. Take one step at a time. Work slowly but consistently. There will be challenges, there may be obstacles, but you can get through. And it's all about the mindset and putting in the action. Now, you're in a month for July where it's really about following your intuition, okay? So we're going to go more within this month, and it's about you putting time aside to connect with source energy. So whatever it is you believe spiritually, whatever it is you believe in, it doesn't matter what it's called, it doesn't matter what its label is, it doesn't matter what it looks like, but it's a matter of you giving attention and time to that higher power and bonding with it, connecting with it. Meditation, prayer, breath work, even yoga, body movement, walking in nature, music, reading, any personal development, personal self-improvement work or books or workshops or spiritual development or psychic development, all of that kind of everything in that mind, body, spirit arena is really important this month. It's also going to help with your own well-being. It's about you learning to trust your intuition. How do you follow your intuition? Well, the intuition is the voice of your soul. The more you get out of your ego human mind, the more you can actually hear the voice of your soul. And the one of the main ways that it communicates to you is through your heart and through your feelings and through your heart center. And so one of the best ways to strengthen your intuition is to tap into the love feeling in your heart. Now, one way that I find that's very easy for me to do personally is music. I listen to a lot of high vibration music. It sounds like I'm listening to angels. It's just the most beautiful music that I listen to. And as soon as I hear like the first couple of notes, boom, I'm in. My heart is just beaming with love. It's the most amazing feeling. Another thing that does it for me is animals. Watching videos of beautiful animals and my heart just opens up, or beautiful videos of landscapes, of nature, of the ocean, of mountains, of beauty, things like that. And feel good videos, where people make those sort of videos and you sometimes see them on Facebook or memes, or things where people are doing really kind things for other people and it just makes you cry. Those are really powerful ways to open your heart center. The more heart-centered you are, the more intuitive you will become. The more that you work on those negative thoughts in your mind and work on your own self, personality issues and challenges that you have within your own personality that you need to work on, the more clearer channel you'll be, because the information is not tainted. It comes through a clean filter because your filter is clean. As a vessel, you are more connected to source, you are more heart-centered, you are seeing the truth you're seeing truth rather than your own ego filtered, tainted, distorted image of what's going on, and you become a much more intuitive being. So tap into your intuitive side, focus on self-love this month, focus on your connection to source energy, and be as understanding and kind and cooperative to yourself and others as you possibly can this month. All right, I'll leave that with you, and I'll move on now to personal year number 5. You guys are in a year of change. All right, so it's out with the old to make way for the new. There are changes that are coming all over the show. Now, some people, it can be a very busy year where, just things just keep happening. And for some people, that's really exciting because some of these things that keep happening are really fun and exciting. Other people, it can be like, oh my God, what the hell is that? What the heck just happened then? Oh my God, I didn't see that coming. There's one thing after another, one thing after another. It can be like a topsy-turvy kind of vibe. I quite like the 5-year because I find it quite exciting. One of the reasons for that is, one, I know it's what frequency I'm in, and I know what's going on with that year and what it can mean, and I know how to manage myself within that. You have to be really adaptable and flexible and be able to roll with the punches. You need to have a really positive mindset. You need to be on the ball, because the sooner you're on the ball and the more alert you are, the more that you have quicker solutions when unexpected things come up, and you can ride that wave. It's like going surfing. So easier to be able to get through for people with grounded numbers. And of course, people that have the 5 life path, or people that have the sort of scattered numbers 5 and 3, might find it quite sort of all over the show, because they themselves can be a little bit scattered within their personality, and then you put them in a scattered vibration, and it's all, there's all kinds of things happening. So you need to plan, you need to write things down, you need to be organized, extra effort required to be consistent and sort of structured and disciplined. So this month of July for you is, again, a great time to be social, a great time to have as much fun as you can, a great time to connect with people and friends and make new friends, to express yourself, to do anything artistic and creative, to say what you really think and feel. It's a very powerful communicative month. It's a time where you really want to have conversations, get things off your chest, say what you really think and feel, be able to keep things inside, okay? Like, even if the conversations and the expression is just purely with yourself, and it's about conversations or concepts or ideas, or even realizations and aha moments or awakenings and discoveries of information that you may go through on your own, need to be communicated and expressed outward so that they can really be locked in and fully integrated into your conscious mind. So how we do that is by saying it out verbally, writing it down. So if you have an aha moment or a discovery or a big sort of awakening of wow, that's amazing, I've just had this massive realization, write it down in words. Even if you don't need to keep what you've written down, or even say it out loud when no one's around, when you're driving your car, when you're in your bedroom, when you're on your own. Just say it out loud or write it down so that it can then be fully consciously integrated into your awareness, so that then it's fully able to be processed. So let's say, for example, you had this big awakening. Oh my goodness, I've just realized the reason that happened, that bad thing happened a few months back, was because of this, and now I see, oh my God, and I thought it was such a bad thing, but now I see that it's actually set everything up perfectly for what I'm about to go through now, which is a really good thing. And oh my God, I can't believe I misinterpreted how it was back then, and now it's amazing. I get it now. So say you had something like that happen, you want to say that out loud to yourself or write it down somewhere. Now I understand, when that thing happened back then, it led me to where I am now. Because when you say it and you acknowledge it, it really is the icing on the cake of that discovery, of that realization, and then it can be fully expressed. And yeah, it's really good. It's really good. It's like, yeah, that's the icing on the cake. So great time for those sorts of things. So this combination of numbers this month really just requires you to have as much fun as you can, go out of your way to feel good, and express yourself, and be more disciplined and organized and structured, okay? Because we don't want you being all over the show and sort of unstable because too many things are happening at once. So it can be a very dynamic combination of numbers here, so make sure you manage yourself accordingly. All right, I'll leave that with you, and I'll move on now to personal year number 6. You guys are in a year where, there is going to be you're going to be that shoulder to cry on, where people may be needing you to help out, to be, a sounding board, to be able to give advice. You may be needed by family, friends, community, work colleagues, neighbours, all that sort of thing. So just be aware. The home also, that's a great year to work on the home, to work on your own personal development, to work on your own health, to work on your well-being and your self-care. And for the month of July, it is, this is a month where there could be a lot on your plate. So head down, bum up, do the work. Don't sweep things under the carpet. Don't procrastinate. Whatever crops up, be ready, take action, get it sorted. It is a time for you to do whatever needs to be done to get yourself and your life where you need it to be or where you want it to be. So taking the action. Some people it's, saving, getting their finances in order. Some people it's working on their health and getting their health in order. Other people it's, hey, helping everyone else out in the family or at work or whatever. Some people may have more work, physical work on their plate, more things to do. So the message for you this month is, you're going to have some great accomplishments. You can really get some great stuff done this month. And so if you're being proactive and you've got the right attitude, it can be a really fulfilling month. Okay, so have the right attitude and get things done and make the most of that month. I'll leave that with you, and I'll move on now to personal year number 7. You guys are in a year where it really is about going within, and it really is about you connecting or strengthening your connection, an existing connection, if you have one, to source energy, and realizing that you are a spiritual being in a physical body. You are a spiritual being having a human experience, not a human being having a spiritual experience. So your spirituality is not secondary. It should be everything, because you are source energy, and you're an extension of source energy in physical form, and that is what you are. And until you realize that, make that your priority, you're almost only using half your potential. All right, it is your birthright to know that you came here for the creative experience, and to be able to express yourself and learn that you are so much more powerful than you realize, and that your thoughts are magnets, and that you create based on your thoughts, your perceptions, your emotions, and that you it's your state of being, it's how you express yourself, it's how you see the world, that is the standpoint from where you manifest. And it really, I just cannot stress enough the importance of this. And this year is giving you the opportunity to really solidify that wisdom, and to really live that, to really step into that and use it till its fullest potential. Great year to spend more time in nature. Great year to work on your personal development. A great year for you to spend time alone, to study, to learn, to become a specialist in your craft. Excuse me for one moment, I've just got a cough. Yeah, so this is a really, really good year. It's not so much, the universe wants you to spend time getting to know yourself better, to ask yourself the big questions. Who am I? What's the meaning of life? Where am I going? What's important? What's not? And what do I need to do to get there? So that you're not so distracted by the material world that really is secondary to everything else. And this year is giving you that opportunity to really get yourself sorted from within, so that you can really make the most of your 8th year that you're in of manifestation next year. So don't let it go to waste. Now, the month of July is a time of change. So be aware. Anything can happen, and it usually does. And so be prepared for change. Some people it can be small, minor things, or a series of changes. Some people it can be one big change. Some people it can be a couple of big changes. Everyone's life is different. So the main advice is have fun. Be adventurous, do some new things, get out there, have some fun, try things you've not done, eat foods you haven't eaten, try investigating hobbies or interests that you've never looked at before, a new way of thinking, a fresh approach. You might feel like you've got a bit of a kick in your step. You might feel like you want to make some changes, you want to be free. Also, the main advice to give this month is to go with the flow. Be adaptable and flexible. Don't have your plans too set in stone, so if they don't follow through and unfold the way that you ideally wanted them to, you're going to be able to handle that and you're going to be okay, because life knows what it's doing and you just have to trust that everything will work out as it's meant to. So all of that. Yeah, so if there's changes that you need to make, you really need to take action and to make them, okay? Don't procrastinate. And just be aware this number can get, this cycle of numbers that you're in, don't let it get too dramatic. Like what it can sometimes do is it can make, especially for people that tend to be quite sort of overly dramatic about stuff and overly worrisome, you want to make sure that you see it as exciting. Oh my God, what's around the corner for me? Anything can happen, and it usually does. How exciting is that? I wonder what today will bring for me. It's about having the right mindset and the right attitude. So I'll leave that with you, and I wish you the very best. Moving on now to personal year number 8. You guys are in a year where it really is all about manifestation. It is about understanding you are a powerful creative being and being responsible with that. Knowing that you are in charge of your life. Knowing that what you believe you can create. What you can think you can be. What you attract, what you focus your attention on the most. And if we attract in our life what we focus on the most, we better make sure that what we're focusing the most on is what we actually want, or what's right in the world, or what's good in our life, or what's positive, because I want to attract more of that stuff, don't you? But if you're focusing most of your attention on what's wrong, what you don't have, the lack of, how bad things are, how awful this is, what went wrong, what happened back then you're just going to attract more of that. And this year that you're in will amplify that. That's why it's so important that you really get what I'm saying, and you take action and you take it seriously and take that responsibility to heart, so that you can really use those universal laws to your advantage. Now, this year is also about you being brave, about being strong, about not being afraid, about stepping into your true power and managing your finances, looking at career opportunities, maybe changes at work. Money and finances and legal issues may come to the surface this year for some. So I'll leave that, let's move on to July for you. The month of July is a strong focus on family and relationships. Now, those relationships aren't always only with family. They can be with work colleagues. They can be relationship issues with neighbors, with the community, with people from, groups that you belong to. They can be with friends, with partners, with in-laws, with, like I said, it's any, relationship issues that have been brewing beneath the surface may rise to be resolved. And it's also about being cooperative, being understanding, being forgiving towards yourself as well. It's about looking for ways that you can have solutions, looking at ways that you can mend what's not working, looking at ways of being understanding and seeing things from other people's point of view. This is also a month for you for working on your own self-care, working on taking care of yourself, working on your health, working on beauty, health, wellness and beauty, working on the home. There may be things that need to be worked on around the home, and to take those into consideration and make them a priority as well. So I'll leave that with you, and I wish you a very good month, and I'll move on now to personal year number 9. You guys are in a year of out with the old to make way for the new. So it's a year of endings, completion and transformation. Okay, and where one door closes, another one opens. So it's really about taking a look at what you don't want to carry around anymore. It's about sort of transforming yourself into the best version of yourself you can be. So it's about recognizing what's been holding you back. It's about making adjustments and improvements and as you go along. And it's about understanding that we're, not being too afraid to make changes or create endings out of fear of the unknown. To be bold and brave and to walk through that door and to say, even though I don't know what lies ahead, I'm walking through that door anyway, because I know it's the right thing to do. I feel it. I know it's where I'm meant to go. I know what I'm meant to do. So it's about you being that person. So for the month of July, this is a month where it is important that you connect with your spiritual side. It is important that you spend enough time on your own, getting to ask the big questions. Who am I? What's the meaning of life? What's important for me? What makes me happy? What makes me unhappy? It's about focusing on those personality challenges within yourself, your self-improvement that needs to be worked on, that you know are holding you back in your life. It's about you spending more time in nature. It's about you strengthening your psychic and development, if that's the way you want to go, and sharpening your intuition, knowing that you are a spiritual being having a human experience, and your intuition is the voice of your soul, and you're connecting with your heart center. The more heart-centered you are, the higher your vibration. The more loving you are, the more compassionate you are, the higher your frequency. So it's about, what do I need to do? Ask yourself the questions. What do I need to do to be a more compassionate person? What do I need to do to be more tolerant? What do I need to do to be more loving and understanding of other people? What do I need to do to feel more connected to all that is? This is a whole, we are part of a oneness. We are all connected. Everything is all connected. And understanding that. It's also about, it's about making sure that you have enough time to spend on your own, because it's only in the quiet solitude, quiet time alone, that we can actually hear the voice of our soul and our intuition. Because we're often running around distracted by devices, distracted by the busyness of life, distracted by people, by worries and fears, distracted by work and busyness. We have to stop and be still and be present. And the more that we do that, especially if we're meditating, especially if we are visualizing and breath work and yoga and healthy eating and in touch with our inner self, the higher our vibration, the more synchronicity we are with life, the healthier we can be. So it's all connected, and this month is asking you to go down that road. So do not waste this opportunity. It is a really important time for you, and I wish you the very best, and I'll leave that with you. And I will talk to everybody again on the 1st of August. Take care and have a great month. Bye.